All right, so excuse my filming angles, but you know, I'm doing my best with what I got. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to open up the steak, right? So literally go like this. I don't use expensive steak for this. I know most people say something differently, but it will become very, very, very expensive treat if you use very expensive meat. So again, just having the gloves on. I've left, another key thing is I left the meat out for about an hour sitting out the fridge. So basically it can just get a bit warm and then it can loosen a bit. So I like to take the meat off. You can obviously chop it, but I don't really think it's necessary. Some people like to leave a little bit of the fat on. So I'll leave a little bit for my boyfriend on. That's pretty lean, that's fine. Right. Let's see, like this, like that. Right, so we see our pieces now, nice and thin. Right, it's not too bad in terms of the quality of meat. I'm going to take the gloves off. And I'm going to start again. So what I want to do now is take one meat piece at a time. So I'm just going to put one glove on. This is the Biltong spice I was telling you about. Maybe I'll make them a fortune now with reference. I don't know. So literally what you're going to do, you're going to take the stick like this. And you're just going to sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. And don't forget the other side. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Maybe I need to joke with the meat and say, and hold. Right. So I've worked obviously with different levels of like spice. I've overspiced it, I've underspiced it, but that's sort of like a good little beef rub. And you just give it a little rubby rubby. And there you go. Then the next one. I don't remember how much the spice was. I think it was about £8 or something like that. Of course, you can make your own version at home. But I don't know. I just thought buy something that's already made. It's delicious. Got the right quantities in. That kind of thing. Right. Next piece. So yeah, for every person, it's going to be an individual taste and flavor and how much you want, how much you don't want, that kind of thing. Rub, rub. It's like that new not Wonderland, sorry, a Willy Wonka movie, Scrub, Scrub. I'm going to flip it over. So, I mean, this is not rocket science, but it is what it is, right? I'm just doing it. Now, this is a nice, bigger, thicker piece. Let's do it like that. So the next thing that I do is I sort of drape them on the side of the bowl because it's going to start to leach out the fluids at some point in the process. So sort of like that. And I'm going to take the other glove off. Thanks to medical training, I take that glove off very easily, right? Then you're going to throw this out in the trash. 2 seconds, 2 seconds. And I'm pretty straightforward. I'm going to put the cleaning film on. And you're going to leave that in the fridge for about 24 hours or so. You can technically leave it in the fridge for 3 hours, but I like to do it properly more longer, because then it will just leach out a little bit more fluids. It will absorb a little bit more of the spices. And I just think it enhances the taste, right? So that's how it looks. All right, everybody. So it's the next day. So I've left the meat. I don't know what the right word is. I was going to say stewing or brewing or like fermenting, but really I don't know. I want to just say dehydrating itself, really. Or should I say spicing them up? And I think of Spice Girls. Everybody else, spice up your life. Everybody in the world, spice up your life. All right, so now I want to show you. So what the spices have done is really taken out a lot of the juice, which is good. And then now I have these wonderful little hookies. Let me move this camera up a little bit. Wonderful little hooks. And I'm actually going to hook it in like that, right? And then I'm just hanging it, right? Not putting it too far in. So that's quite interesting. That was the biggest piece of meat, and it's shrunk quite a lot. I'm going to do it the other way around, actually. Remember to wear your gloves. Let's see if we'll do it like that. Doesn't always stay, but that's okay. So much easier to use thin cuts of beef, because then, like I say, it can like process quicker. There you go. I'm going to take the gloves off. And then I'm going to take you to the next step. Now, moving on to part 2. So what I'm going to first do is just put the sticks in to hang the meat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the biggest one closest to the light bulb. That's quite thick, so I'm going to put that one there. And just sort of drape off a little bit of the excess juices. De-juicing, maybe that's a better word. What do you think? Let me know what you think. What's the correct way? I have my own way of saying things. So do that. And you got nice little hanging meat. What I will do as well is usually I use baking paper, but we don't have any more today. So I'm just going to do a couple of kitchen towels just to absorb up any of the excess juices that will come through. Like that. And then, as straightforward as anything in life can be, literally just put the top on. Gotta love life when things are easy. And then I'm going to plug it in. And then it's going to activate the fan and the lighting and the heating. And voila, we have magic. And True Blood. We're watching True Blood at the moment. And that's it. And then I will show you, if I remember, hopefully I remember, what it will look like in a few days' time. So just gonna move it over so they each get a little bit of equal attention. I push them all together now because of it's very dehydrated in comparison to what it was, so you can share the space now. And that's it. And leave it for another day. Here we go. Just getting smaller and smaller as it dehydrates further. You can see the juice is leaking on there. It's starting to get there. They're looking much smaller, a lot more dehydrated. So here you go, final result. Now we're just gonna unhook them. And see what kind of texture is inside. So for me, it's nicely cooked through. Amazing. I'm just gonna end up chopping. Do you wanna come try, love? You don't want biltong? Huh? Can I bring you one? I think the color's good. Oh. Forgot what I was gonna do. This is the final product. Yummy, 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 yummy. Biltong. Addictive. When you're cutting it, you can't stop eating it. So you need to make more already. There you go.
I'd just like to end off this video with sending a very big thank you for taking the time out to watch this video. And I really hope it has helped you in a specific way, whether that's relaxation, education, awareness, or just really helping bring some calmness and stillness to the mind. And on that note, as this video ends, please can I ask if you can like and subscribe or even comment on how you felt about this video and if it helped you or if you learned something from it. And I'm sending you lots of love wherever you are in the world and inviting you to come back next week for another video. This is Star Freudenberg, empowering your mind and body through wellness consciously.